Hello, everybody. Fumani here for LSE Lately, and today we are interviewing Jack Boyd, who is a trustee for the LSE Student Union, and he's going to be telling us today about a proposed motion that the SU is putting forward to change the way it does things, putting it to students to vote for such changes, and just generally how things are going and how life is going since lockdown happened.
Well, firstly, thank you very much for having me, Fumani. I am Jack Boyd. I was, emphasis on was, your activities and development officer. I am now on furlough, so I'm having the true quarantine experience. I moped around for, I'm going to say, 6 weeks. I gave myself a big 6 weeks of moping around. Then I went on furlough, which I think this is my third or fourth week, and just got a whole new lease on life. I'm having a great time now.
Let's get on to the core of what you are putting in motion for students to vote on. It's the Articles of Associations. Can you tell us more about what that is and what are the proposed changes that you are trying to put forward to students, for students like myself who before speaking to you, I was just like, oh, there's such a document that exists for the LSESU. Can you tell us more about that?
Essentially, there was research done, I presume, by our policy officer and the rest of the, the policy officer and the representation team. There was consultation done. And they said, these are the way the union is lacking. And so that ranges from the articles, which we've spoken about a bit, or it's the way that the bar markets itself, or the way that the sixth floor cafe operates. And these decisions are decided by the senior leadership team, which is full-time employed members of staff, the CEO, and then me, or used to be me before I got furloughed. But a trustee, the members of the trustees, whether they are student trustee members or sabbatical trustee members, or they are just normal trustee members. And by normal trustee members, what I mean is an outside individual who has an interest in an organisation's values and outputs, and they choose to give, let's say 15 hours a month to this charity organisation or business to help lead it. They're typically unpaid roles, and it's just about, scrutiny and making sure everything's going in the right way. So the proposed changes don't have too much impact by themselves. They're still very important, but there's only two, maybe three, but I'm going to say two two changes to really worry about. And those are as follows. One, the number of external trustees we are allowed on the board. So, for example, I'm a trustee at the moment, but I'm an internal trustee. There is one other trustee, a very nice bloke called Will, but he's got a full-time job. He's like a proper adult and doesn't have the full time to give to, or he still gives a great deal of his time, but he can't do it every week. So, firstly, we'd allow for there to be more people like Will, more people to sit on the trustee board, to influence this high-level strategy of the Students' Union and also how it operates with the school. And the second thing is to make sure we don't have to do another referendum like this ever again. So this referendum, we're going to need a 15% turnout of students. And so instead of having to have this 1,500 mark for people voting yes to change it, we would need it to be 500 votes less or 750 votes less, a different percentage, different cohorts. It essentially just allows us to be way more flexible.
So what kind of skills or what kind of expertise would you want brought onto the review of the Articles of Association from both students, internal students, and also from those external stakeholders who feel like, okay, I can bring this to the SU. What exactly would that look like for this review of Articles of Association?
So business acumen, as I've just discussed, I think creative skills, people who worked in creative industries, I think people who understand strategy, people understand policy. We don't get enough people applying to be student trustees. And honestly, it's not a bad job. It's really interesting. It's really important stuff. It's great experience. And you'll meet people who are not just in your bubble, as I'm doing now.
So what would be your argument for people to say, look, go with the changes, or let us vote for the current change that you are proposing at the moment, but let us also keep it open for the next generation of LSE students 5 years by the time we leave the LSE?
The way that institutions work and the way that growth and prosperity and progression works is through flexible institutions that allow quick democratic switches in their, I suppose, their steering. There are a lot of people who might be in classes with you, who have done some work for you, who will have walked past you in this also really hot building. There are a lot of people who think it's a really good idea, and there are a lot of people who put a lot of time and a lot of effort into scoping it out, into making a really good idea into a very, very good plan and reality. They will keep going with this because they care about it, they know it's the right thing to do.
So you are in favor of, even after these changes, the next cohort of students in the next 2 to 5 years should continue this fight and should consistently update institutional documents, institutional culture, etc.
I do indeed, yes. I think one of the things I've learned of my nearly 5 years at LSE is that good governance is not sexy, but my God, it's great.
Talk us through rather, the various stages of whether it becomes a yes vote, no vote, or it doesn't reach quorum, rather.
It would be a real shame if it didn't go through. But as I say, people will keep going with it. People will continue to be enthusiastic about the SU and doing good things and getting involved. And that, if it doesn't go through, people will try again. And if it does go through, hopefully it shows to people that, LSE students care. LSE students are willing to take 5 minutes out of their day to do something good. Uni is a bloody roller coaster. So, upgrade your union and relight your fire.
And also, guys, don't forget to vote on the motion that is on the SU's website. So just log into the SU student portal, log in with your details, go onto the What's On page. It will show you, I think it says that time to upgrade your student union, and read through the documents. There's a document of what Jack has spoken about with summaries if you are not too sure where to actually see where the changes are coming from, and vote. And it's up to you. You decide the future of the LSE and where LSE goes. Jack, thank you so much, and we really, really, really appreciate it.
My pleasure, Fumani. Thank you for having me, and big love to everyone. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Goodbye.
Bye.